great sage, the one who realized the truth of this world through his own wisdom, arose Namo Buddhaya, homage to the Shakyamuni Buddha. The great sage, the one who realized the truth of this world through his own wisdom, arose into this world as a result of a past accumulated of merit. Yet that peaceful, calm, and enlightening era of the Gautama Buddha's dispensation is slowly moving away from us and turning simply into a faint memory. But those who understand the value of that truth pass that message on out of compassion for this world. On August 14th, 1999, Mahamevnava Meditation Monastery, located at Pulgahavela in Sri Lanka, was endowed to this world as a direct result of a meritorious thought that arose in the mind of great Kalyanamitta, Most Venerable Kiribatkoda Jnanananda Thero. With over 50 monasteries here in Sri Lanka and overseas, the Mahamevnava Meditation Monastery is the residence for over 650 young monks and close to 100 Anagarika nuns who teach the true and sublime Dhamma in its purest form. Moreover, branches located in the US, Canada, Germany, Dubai, India, and Australia give a similar service to quench the thirst of Dhamma for the international community. Therefore, as a result of this service, thousands of disciples who seek true knowledge and liberation of the Gautama Buddha collect merit, develop virtue, concentration, and wisdom, while honoring and venerating the noble triple gem. Cooling the burning flames of desire, hatred, and delusion, Mahamevnava has become the noble friend. It is a shining beam of sun rays to children who are like flower buds blooming into this world. It has become a guiding path to youth exploring this world and a helping hand to the honored elders. Mahamevnava promotes societal, cultural, and self-development and passes on the peaceful message of the great sage, the Gautama Supreme Buddha. Australia is home to many Mahamevnava Buddhist monasteries located in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth. Those residing in Melbourne are especially fortunate with 3 Mahamevnava Buddhist monasteries. Mahamevnava Buddhist Monastery, 71 Monbulk Road, Mount Evelyn. Mahamevnava Buddhist Meditation Center, Melbourne West, 681 Sayers Road, Hoppers Crossing. And Mahamevnava Chetavanya Buddhist Meditation Center, 417 Belgrave Hallam Road, Narrewarren North. The invaluable teachings of the Supreme Buddha are close within your reach. Take a hold of this golden opportunity to enrich your life and discover inner peace. May the noble triple gem bless you. Namo Buddhaya.
and we genuinely appreciate his role as a bearer of Dhamma. We deeply admire his presence and his teachings, and we would be honored to have him here this afternoon to share his wisdom with us. So now, to start off, I would like to invite Mr. Peter Cameron to welcome our Venerable Mahinda Sirisero.
Namo Buddhaye. Good afternoon, everyone. On your behalf, I wish to extend a warm welcome to all the venerable monks. Your presence here today ensures a feeling of loving kindness and compassion to all that are present here. We thank you for making the effort today. Today will probably be the best day of the rest of your life. Today, we have the privilege of being in the presence of a venerable monk who is proving to be a visionary leader in the preparation and presentation of many videos. All these videos are based on the teaching of the Supreme Buddha. More specifically, for someone like myself, his lessons are presented in the English language. Our guest speaker has dedicated his life to creating innovative solutions to solving problems we may experience in this life. This in turn entables the Theravada Buddhism to be sourced by millions of people worldwide that otherwise may not be possible. Bhante Mahendra Siri continues to successfully spearhead the opportunity for both Sinhalese and non-Sinhalese speakers to become totally involved in all facets of a happy and peaceful Buddhist life. 2 years ago, Bhante Mahendra Siri played a major role in creating a video, which today is still being viewed in excess of 3 million people. Only 12 days ago, his latest video was released and viewed by 650 people in the first hour. With a following of over 4 million registered subscribers, he is offering Theravada Buddhism to the world's people on a daily basis. In searching through his offerings, as I do daily, here are 2 comments from his followers that reflect the impact that he is having across the world. One person wrote, "I wanted to quit this life, but I found it miraculous that your words reached me right on the time I needed to you. I needed to hear them. I am so grateful to you." And more recently, a man wrote, "As a young man, I hope you continue these teachings for many more years. I need it. The world needs you." Please join me. If you wish to applause, would be wonderful. Applause in giving a warm welcome to the exceptional Bhante Mahendra Siri.
Namo Buddhaya. Thank you, Mr. Peter. It's a great honor to welcome Venerable Mahinda Sirisero to our special Dhamma sermon this evening. As we all know, Mahinda Sirisero is a media sensation, social media sensation, sharing wisdom, and I've been personally having an honor and privilege to be part of those discussions. This Dhamma sermon is a unique opportunity for all of us here today to learn and grow together, making this occasion an special occasion for all of us here in Melbourne. So on behalf of everyone across Melbourne and also across Australia, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Venerable Thero. Now, to start the Dhamma sermon this evening, I would like to kindly invite Venerable Mahinda Sirisero to deliver our Dhamma sermon for us. Namo Buddhaya.
sadhu, sadhu. Venerable Mahasangha, dear devotees, so before starting our Dhamma session, let's all together pay homage to the Supreme Buddha, and let's go for refuge to the Triple Gems. Please keep your palms together and repeat after me, say after me. You can say with me, let's repeat it, let's say it together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saranam, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe 5 precepts, Panchasila. Keep your palms together and repeat after me. Panatipata viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. Adinadana viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. Kamesu miccāchāra viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. Musavada viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. Surameraya majjapamadatthana viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Venerable Mahasangha and dear meritorious devotees and dear children, today you all are gathered here to listen to the great teachings of our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. Buddha was not a god. Buddha wasn't a prophet. And also the Buddha was not the salvator, the one who can liberate you. But the Buddha is the greatest teacher that shows us a path for the liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation from the intrinsic and the inherent nature that we all carry in all of our lives. No matter what level of life we are in, we all have this one nature, and that is suffering. What is it? Suffering. Suffering, if not understood properly, can be pretty pessimistic. Okay? If someone does not understand what suffering is, it can be really pessimistic. They will have a pessimistic idea. That's what I get all the time from people who are new to Buddhism. They complain me, why Buddhism is always negative? Why do they talk about death, suffering, pain? Is that negative? Can't we have something positive in life? Can't we have something good in life? Life is good, life is wonderful. Why can't we talk about that? See, that's the idea when someone gets, when they understand, when they see the Buddhism just from outside. But once you understand what really this truth means, so in Buddhism we call it a noble truth. Okay? What the Buddha taught to this world is nothing but Four Noble Truths. Okay? This is what the Buddha teaches to this world. It's something like a doctor giving a prescription to a patient. Okay? So the Buddha once, in the scriptures it says, the Buddha is the greatest doctor that cures the disease of suffering of beings. A doctor comes to you, and a doctor will be honest with you. Okay? A doctor will be honest with you with the disease. A doctor will never baby you. Okay? He will say the hard truth in our body. He would say, I'm going to be honest with you. You have a problem in your body. Okay? You have a disease in your body. Same like that, the Buddha tells you the truth. Okay? The Buddha says that I'm going to be honest with you, that life is characterized by pain and suffering. Okay? So he says the truth. So the Buddha says that to understand suffering or the pain as it is, that's the first noble truth. Okay? To understand the pain and the suffering as a part of life. Okay? No matter what level of life we are in, we have the same problems. Isn't it? I said this in the morning session as well. No matter how much luxurious the car is, we get stuck in the same traffic. If you're in a traffic, no matter what the car that you drive, you get stuck in it. So that we all have same problems. So the Buddha understood what suffering is, the intrinsic pain that we carry all through these lives. The suffering of aging. Okay. That's a common truth for everyone, isn't it? Yes. Second, the suffering of sickness. Is that a common truth? Yes. But see, this pain and suffering is a truth. And there's a saying that says, truth is always what? Truth is always bitter. It's difficult. Truth is always hard, difficult to accept. But although the truth is bitter, difficult, the truth is truth. One day, we all have to face it. What Buddha teaches us is to face this truth with a strong mind, so that you don't fall down in front of the truth in life. An average person's reaction to truth is they worry. They worry about a thing that cannot be avoided in life. Okay? So that is why the Buddha says, first you need to understand what this intrinsic nature of life, it's called the suffering. But suffering is not negative. Pain, suffering is not negative. It is what teaches us the true meaning of life. Okay. It's what teaches us that we are living. Okay. It's what teaches us that we have a life. I think you all have seen the ECG tape, ECG graph. It goes up and down. No? The line goes ups and downs. What if the line went straight? What will happen? Difficult days and also good days. So what Buddha teaches us is a path where you be strong in front of these ups and downs in life. Okay. In order to do that, it's not an easy task. It's easy for me to say, sit down here and say about it. Okay. It's very easy for you to sit down there and listen about it. But when it comes to practice, when it comes to the real life, it's way more difficult than we think. It's difficult for me, it's difficult for you, it's going to be difficult for me, it's going to be difficult for you. Okay? None of these things are easy. So the Buddha says that understand and see the pain and suffering in life as a part of this life, so that you accept it, so that you learn to accept what lives give you. The problem of us is we keep rejecting what life gives us, the hard truths that life gives us. The more we reject, the more we worry. Okay? For an example, let's say you have physical pain. Usually what do you do when you have a bodily pain? In your mind, you keep rejecting that pain. I don't want this. I don't like this. Right? I need a painless body. The more you reject, the more painful it is. What if we accept it and say, oh, pain, this physical pain is part of my body. Okay? It's a part of my life. It's okay to feel pain. It's the human nature, and it's the nature of this body to feel pain, so that you are at ease with that pain. You do not add, in that way you do not add more pain into that pain. Okay? The Buddha saw that worrying is an extra pain that we add to the intrinsic nature of this life, the pain in life. Okay. So, all the experiences, difficult experience, all the sufferings, painful situations that we go through in life, most of them are unavoidable. They are out of our control. Okay? So that we don't know when it is going to come. We don't know how it's going to happen, but somehow it will happen. That will be an accident. We don't know when it's coming. Suffering can be an accident, but worrying is a choice. It's a choice that we make because we are not ready to accept it. Okay? So the first noble truth is to accept and see this life and this pain, suffering as a part of life, part of the existence, so that you don't hate. How many times you have hate yourself? How many times you have hate your body? Because of not being up to your expectations. Sometimes we hate that, isn't it? Yes. Why can't I do that? You know? Why can't my body do that? Why couldn't I do that? So that you hate yourself. The Buddha says, when a person encounters with this true nature of life, he hates himself, so that he adds more suffering into suffering, more pain into pain. Okay? He worries and he hates. Now more pain, excess pain. Okay? And then the Buddha says, to distract his mind from all these difficulties, he chased behind the sensual pleasure. To distract his mind. See, once you distract your mind, you forget it. Okay? We forget the pain, we forget the suffering, but it doesn't solve the suffering or pain. It doesn't solve the problem. What we do is we make our mind numb to that pain. Same like you're having a painkiller. No? Does the painkiller kills the disease or the pain? It's just the pain. But the problem is it's still inside. So what Buddha teaches us is to look into the reason why this pain and suffering occurs in life. Okay. What causes it? What's the root of it? Okay. And to understand that if you remove the root, so you remove the suffering. If you remove the root cause of suffering, then you can liberate from suffering. So then the Buddha teaches us a path to liberate from suffering. Same like a doctor. Doctor comes to you and explain your disease. And it's going to be difficult. No? And then the doctor says, I have a good news. We can cure the disease. Okay, we can cure the disease. How to cure the disease? The doctor doesn't give you the medicine for the symptoms, not only for the symptoms, but also for the disease, the cause. So the Buddha introduces you a path to follow, that in a practical life, to change your mindset, change your way of thinking to see the reality of life. And that path is called the Noble Eightfold Path. Okay. Same like the doctor gives you the prescription and a course of medicine to cure the disease. Now the doctor has done his part. Okay? Now, is the disease cured now? No. Okay? The disease will never be cured until you drink medicine. You follow the prescription, and you follow the rules, all the advices given by the doctor. Until then, the disease will not be cured. So that is why the Buddha cannot make your salvation or make your liberation. Buddha only shows you a path, and walking that path, following that path is up to us. Okay? It's up to us. So the Buddha's teachings, if we did not put them into practice, the Buddha's teachings will be there in the books, and we will be there in outer world with no connection with the Buddha and the teachings and our life. Okay. So let's discuss about how can we practice the Buddhist teachings in lay life, as a lay person. Okay. As a monk, we are totally dedicated to the spiritual practice, teaching and learning and practicing. But you all know that you are living a busy life. Okay. You're not living a busy life. You think you are living a busy life. Okay. We think that we live a busy life. But we all are not that busy. Let me ask you a question. How did you come to this place? How? Somehow. No? Somehow you make time to come to this place, no? And listen, and sit down and listen. Why? Because you felt that it is important to me. Okay. You felt that it is important to me that I go and listen to this monk who is preaching. You know? So you came here and you sat down. You had other works to do. No? You had other duties to do. You had other responsibilities to complete. But now you are here, keeping all aside. So are we that busy? We are not that busy. It's all about what we give priority to. Understand? It's all about priority. It's about how much value that we give to this spiritual practice. It's about how much value we give to the meditation. It's about how much value we give to learning the Buddha's path. So many people come to the temple and they say, we are busy, we can't come, you know. Then I ask, how have you came today? Have you made time to come today? We are not that busy. If it is important to us, we somehow, that's the thing, somehow we make time. Okay. So also you have to understand the spiritual practice also important to your life. There should be the balance in life. That's what we are going to talk about today. How to be balanced, how to live in a balanced life in this busy world. Okay. So to live a balanced life, you all have two parts to balance. One is your material happiness, your material pleasure that you gain from this world. They should be balanced. And the other part is your spiritual happiness. Okay? A person who only develops or only finds the material pleasure, his life is unbalanced. Why? Only materials. That he becomes happy and he feels pleasure with only materials, only things. Okay? What happens when you be happy only with materials, only with material possessions? Always understand that there is a limit to this world that the world can give you the happiness from the materials. There is a limit. But the problem is, our mind is never enough with anything. We don't feel satisfied. We sometimes think, I wish I could have something more. No? Yes. You buy iPhone 14 and you think, I wish I could have iPhone 15. Sometimes you think, no? And you buy iPhone 15 and unfortunately then iPhone 16 comes. Sometimes it happens. So we keep going up and up and up, that our mind is not satisfied. Okay? It's not only about iPhones, okay? There are so many other things that our mind is not satisfied with. So understand that for a person, for a lay person, there should be the material happiness, material pleasure with your belongings, okay? With the things that you have, and also with the car that you drive, with the house that you live, with the children that you have, you know. People around you, all these things are material possessions that makes you happy. That is one part. Should you keep your whole happiness and pleasure, the source of happiness, in materials? No. Then we have to learn how to keep, how to bring the spiritual practice or spiritual happiness into this life, so that we are happy with ourselves. Okay, in material pleasure we are happy, we become happy with things, but in spiritual pleasure we are happy with inside ourselves. Okay, so here as a monk, I can only talk about the spiritual pleasure. Okay, there are so many people who can advise you with the material pleasure. So I'm here to share with you a few things that help you to achieve the spiritual pleasure in your life. First, the first thing before I teach everything in life, first I need to tell you one thing. I need to make a request to you. Don't rush. Don't be panicked to do anything. Okay. First thing one quality that we lose is to be patient, to wait, and to move slow. Okay. It's very difficult to be patient for us these days, especially these days. Why? Because everything is instant. No? Everything is very quick and everything is instant. See, what are the things that we don't have instant? We have instant noodles. We have instant rice. You know? Facebook have instant articles. You know? 4G becomes 5G. You know, someday the 5G becomes 6G. Everything becomes so much speedy, faster, that we only need to think. Okay. But we have to understand the technology will be faster and faster every day. But real life, human growth of your mentality, growth of your spiritual life will be always the same old slow progress. The first quality that you need to have is to not to be panicked and slow down. One guy came to the temple 1 or 2 years ago, I can still remember. He said, I need to meditate. When are your meditation sessions begin, you know? I said, slow down. First you slow down. Don't be panicked. Don't make yourself in a hurry. You can't meditate like that. Okay? You can't practice spirituality like that. First quality that we need is to slow down. And once you slow down, your expectations go lower. You expect very little from practice. Sometimes they complain, I meditate a lot, especially I meditate on loving kindness, but why do I get angry all the time? Just wait. Keep practicing. Okay? We have to wait. You can't download loving kindness. Okay? You can't install loving kindness. Just what you can do is just let it happen. Okay? For an example, this is a nice simile that Ajahn Brahman gives. What is it? If you need to make the cup, the water in this cup still, what I'm doing is I need to focus and I need to make this water still, I grab it thoroughly. Okay, I need to focus. I make the grip tight and tight. The water still moves. You know? What should I do to make this water still? Keep it down. Let it be. Still the water is moving. Just wait. Still moving. Okay? Still moving. And now it is still. Okay? The more you try, the more you panic, you will be so much busy. You will expect a lot, okay? And you will find that you are not living up to your expectations, and you will be upset, and you will let go. That's what happens when we meditate. What happens? You meditate today, your mind is busy, you don't feel great, you don't feel like you are floating, you just give up next day. You know? One thing that our teacher teaches us is expect a very slow growth so that you are very patient, that you are very slow. Okay. So it takes a long, lifelong practice to practice the Buddha's teachings and Buddhist path. So the first quality that you need to possess is to not to be panicked, not to be in a hurry, but slow down. See, when we meditate, when we start to meditate, what we do? As soon as we close our eyes, the Buddha said, gratitude is the mother of all the qualities, all the spiritual qualities in life. Okay. What is gratitude? Being thankful for everything, every person that you have in your life. Genuinely be thankful for them. See, we take all the things for granted, right? We think that they will last forever. When they are not, we think that they will last forever. But if we can wake up in the morning and be thankful for having a roof above our head, be thankful for waking up in the morning to our life. Be thankful for the people who made the food for you. Okay? Be thankful for all the people who help you during the day. You feel the value of the things around you. That then you feel that you're not all alone in this world. Okay? Even when we can be thankful and we can be grateful for the inanimate things in life, the objects around you, the things that you use. Sometimes we miss to be thankful for them. No? This might sound silly, but this is so beautiful. This one innocent quality. Let's say you're working with your laptop or computer. Okay? Why can't you be thankful for that? It helps you, right? It helps you to do the things. When you get down from the car, why can't we be thankful for the vehicle we drive? We miss that. Be thankful for them. All the things that you use. Be thankful for this thing that you use. What is it? Your body. Your body is not yours. Okay? It's a temporary vehicle that we use. Okay? If you be thankful, you take care of this. Sometimes your body needs your care, but we don't give it. Okay? Sometimes you stay up at night, scroll through social media. Sometimes people do that, and their body says, hey, I need your attention. I need your rest. You need to give me a rest. But we don't listen. Okay? Remember. Your body remembers everything that you've done. Okay? And there will be a time it takes revenge from you. Okay? There will be a time that let's say you didn't care about the body and you were busy, and there will be a time that body fails and you have to forget all the plans and everything that you had to do and focus on that. Okay? Before that happens, you have to take care of it. Because sometimes we take everything for granted. So, that is one way of being grateful. Gratitude is the mother of all the spiritual qualities. So, be grateful and be thankful for everything and everyone in your life. Be thankful for the bad people in your life as well. Why? Why should we be thankful for bad people? Why? See, they are the ones who teach us patience. They are the ones who teach us the value of good people. They are the ones who teach us how to practice the endurance, patience, love and kindness. Because you can't practice patience with around good people. Okay? You only can practice the patience when you are around the challenges, problems. So that be thankful for them. You say, I genuinely be thankful for you. Thank you for teaching me patience. So that you don't hate them. Okay? You don't hate them. So gratitude is very important for all of your life. As a daily practice, this is something that you can do. Wake up in the morning and be grateful for all the things that you have. Okay? Be grateful and say genuinely thank you. Okay? And then you will see the bright side of all the things around you. And then, I would all encourage you to give whenever you can. Be generous whenever possible. And it is always possible. To be generous, it is always possible. Giving is a bigger part of Buddhist practice. That is the start of Buddhist practice. That is called dana. What is it? Dana. Okay, giving. What does it mean by giving? Usually when we take the word dana, we think of giving foods. No? We think of giving clothes. We think of treating or giving to monks. It is also a bigger part of giving. But there's another part of giving. What is it? Being generous with your time. To spend a genuine time on someone's happiness, well-being. That's also dana. Okay. What you are doing today is a dana. What you're doing today is a dana, is a giving to yourself. Okay? You sit down here and you listen to the Buddha's teachings and you learn at least something to your life. That's a gift, that's a spiritual gift that you give to yourself. What I'm doing here is also dana. It's giving. Spending my time on behalf of you. That's also giving. So, giving is not only about foods or clothing or everything. You can, it's a bigger part, but also giving time. Giving your ear, listening. Okay? If you can listen to someone's suffering, someone's pain, without saying anything, without judging them, to be there with them in the difficult days, that's also dana. Okay? See, when you do these things, you become happy with yourself. That you practice an inner quality. Okay? And the speciality of the spiritual happiness is, once you've done such a thing, the happiness lasts long. Okay? Let's say you give something to a person. Let's say you go on the street, you walk on the street and you see this homeless person suffering from, let's say, hunger. You feel his hunger. Okay? And there is something in your bag to give. Okay? So then you think, if I give, there's a voice in your head that talks to you. Okay? It says, if I give, then what's for me? Is there a voice in your head that talks to you? No? I have a voice. Okay. Sometimes it talks in the first person. Okay. I am doing this. I need to give. I need to be kind. Sometimes it talks in the second person. You need to give. No? Voice in your head. And there's another way of speaking, it's complaining you. Why you did that? What's wrong with you? That's in your head. So the voice in your head says to you, now you feel like giving your that food to that person, and the voice in your head says to you, if I give, then what's for me? That's called jealous. No, that's called stinginess. I'm sorry. Okay. How the Buddha defined the stinginess? The Buddha defines that he thinks, if I give, then what's for me? Okay. Whenever you feel like giving, okay, because not all the time that we feel like giving, But sometimes we feel it. Whenever you feel like giving, give. Okay? Let's say that you give this food to that person. You win the voice of generous voice in your head. And you give that food to that person. And you see this person is having the food and he's becoming happy. The smile on his face. Have you given some foods to a person and see the smile on their face? That's one of the best experiences that you can have in your life. Okay. One day my teacher taught to me, one monk asked, what's the happiest feeling that you have in your life? What's the happiest thing that you like to do? What's the best thing that you like to do in your life? Then my teacher said, the most happiest thing that I like to do is to give foods to people and see the smile on their face. Okay. Let's say you gave and you see the smile and you become happy. And then you just you walk off and then you forget it after some time. You forget what you've done. They forget that what you've done. Let's say 10 years back, 10 years after, you walk in the same street and you see the same person on the street. What's the first thing that you remember? The thing that you did on that day. And still it gives you happiness. Because you become happy not with the thing, but with a practice, a quality that you had. That will never go away. Do you have such memories in your life? That helps, little helps. They might be not big things, big helps. Okay? But a little helps that we did to people. Still remember. Okay? I have one memory in my life that I never forget that memory. Because I was in this monastery, far away monastery. And one day one boy came to the temple. And from the look, I understood that there is something wrong with him in his mind, problem. He's going through a tough time. But I didn't ask anything from him, I just waited. And he came up to me and he said, "Can I talk with you?" And I said, "Okay." And he said, "I've failed my exams 2 times, and I'm putting off this exam for many years now, but this is the last time that I'm going to do the exam, but still I'm not ready for that." Okay. And 2 months ago my father died, so that I'm in a big problem. And I said, "Okay, I will teach you. Okay, I'll teach you, and I'll try to let you go or make you to the university, make yourself to go to the university. Let's see what's going on." So I started teaching him. And I started teaching him. 2 months after that, he got a disease, a neuro disease. His hands, he couldn't control his hands and something happened. But I was there with him and I said, "Don't give up. Although you are in the hospital, you should not stop studying. You should keep studying." So he kept studying and I kept teaching. And after that, one day, he faced the exam, and one day I came to the temple and I see the smile on his face. Okay, the happiness that on his face is amazing. He got selected to the university. And still for me, that's an unforgettable memory. Might be a little thing, okay? But still for me, because I taught him. Even for today, it makes me so much happy. There are little things that in your life that makes you happy. Little sacrifices, little dedications. Okay? If you ever get the chance to do them, don't miss. Do it. Because that's what makes your life so much valuable. It's not about how long we live, it's about how we live. Understand? So giving is a big part of Buddhist practice. Being generous. And the second practice is called Sila. What is it? Sila. Sila is the discipline. Being disciplined. Today we observed 5 precepts. No? These 5 precepts are the 5 disciplines that all Buddhists follow. Abstaining from killing, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from lying, abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. What's the most difficult discipline that out of these 5? What's it? Lying. No, we all lie. Do you know why do we lie? We lie out of fear. Fear of losing something. Fear of punishment. Fear of judgment. That's why we lie. Okay. I said to the parents when we had the kids program that don't punish your child when they say the truth. See, we have been punished even when we say the truth. Don't punish your child. Don't lecture your child. Okay. When they say the truth. Because it takes a huge courage to do that. If they said the truth, tell them. Today go home and tell them, if you tell the truth, there will be no punishment. No hours and hours of lecturing, but only understanding, guidance, right? Love, acceptance. That's how we need to do it. So, discipline is not a rule. Okay? Buddha didn't put rules on you. What Buddha said is, by doing these things, okay, by breaking these disciplines, you get into a lot of troubles in your life. It leads to a lot of troubles in your life or regrets in your life, so that you stay away from it. So that your life, it makes your life so much easier. Understood? So Sila is the discipline. And finally, we have Bhavana. Bhavana means the mental development. For the mental development, Buddha introduced an array of meditations to practice. Simple meditation that we all learn, but yet it is underestimated, is the breathing meditation. Okay. See, Buddha tried a lot of meditations before his enlightenment. Okay. He tried a lot of meditations and ways of practice, but finally he came back to the same thing that he had practiced all throughout his life, and that is breathing. Being aware of breathing. Okay. So don't underestimate this meditation. If you can sit down and learn how to mindfully breathe and practice according to it, and practice the concentration and focus into it, that's enough. One meditation is enough. You don't want to do everything, just do one thing perfectly. Okay? We are asked to do a lot of things, no? In life. When you do more, then you'll be successful. That's what the society says. Isn't it? Do more, then you'll be successful. But the Buddha says, do less. Do less, but do the most important things correctly. Okay. Not to be too much distracted. And the Buddha says, say no to what distracts you. That's how to do less. If you say no to the distractions in your life, one thing that you can have is time. Then you will feel that you are not busy. We spend a lot of time during the day by saying yes to unimportant things. Okay. Let's say you have a mobile phone and notification sounds come. But we say, yes, Master, how can I help you? So then you say yes. But sometimes, if you learn to say no, so that you question what is important to me. What is really important to me? Is that really important? Should I really do that? Okay, should I definitely do that? So that you let go of little things that buys you the time, that gives you the time, so that no one in this room is busy. Okay? So now you can't complain that you are busy no? Okay. Now you don't want to search how to meditate in a busy life. Yeah. One of the most searched Google searches, how to meditate in a busy life. None of us are busy. It's about priorities that we give to. Okay? So these are the things that we practice to enrich our spiritual practice and spiritual life. Okay? So before winding up, I ask one thing from you. Just one thing. What is it? The first thing that I mentioned. Don't be panicked. Move slow. Take time. Be patient with yourself so that you can go a long, long journey. So I wish you all, may all of you be able to realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya, Theron Saranai. We are really grateful to hear those teachings from Lord Buddha, and we are really grateful to our Venerable Mahinda Siritero for teaching us and giving us an opportunity to understand the core values of Buddha teachings. Can we all appreciate our Thero's efforts? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, we will be opening the floor for questions and answers. There will be a QR code on the screen. Please feel free to scan the QR code using your phones, and you can send us the questions and get them answered. Venerable Thero, may I please ask for your permission to open the floor for questions? Namo Buddhaya.
So we have a limited time, so I will try to answer as much as possible of the questions. Let's see. How to respond when someone threatens to harm you? Sometimes can be happen. When someone threatens you, what's their expectations from you? What do they expect from you? Fear. No? Fear and sadness, anxiousness. What if we had a good understanding about the experiences in life and the nature of the experience or the nature of the impermanence in life? And what if we have practiced mindfulness before the experience? Okay? That we learn how to control the emotion that is trying to come out, so that you don't give what they expect. Okay. This is what Buddha did. This is a story. Buddha was threatened by a person. He insulted in front of him. I know the Sri Lankans and some other Buddhists, they know this story. He insulted the Buddha. He blamed, and the Buddha was smiling. Okay, he kept smiling and he kept silent. No reaction. Imagine someone is exploding in front of you and you being with no reaction, so that they be confused. Okay? Same thing the Buddha did. The Buddha says that I'm not going to share the anger, so that you have to take what you have done. Okay. But what if that person tries to harm your life? Should you fight? This is one of the most difficult questions. Buddhism teaches about non-violence, but what if the person tries to harm you? Fighting can go in two different ways. One can defend oneself but not harm others, and also another person can defend and also harm others, the person. Okay? So understand, you can do a lot of things to make yourself unsafe before such a thing can happen. Okay. Sometimes children come to me and say, like, how to deal when the friends come to fight. I say, run. Best self-defense mechanism. What is? way? Running. You don't want to win the fight, we just run. The life is more important, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So defend yourself. You can defend yourself, but you can make yourself safe, but not harm them. Okay? Okay, says, you mentioned in your preaching that about the success feels like a standard that others set for us. So what would be the real success in life? So we talked about the material pleasure and the spiritual pleasure, isn't it? Yes. Material pleasure. Now first we talk about the spiritual pleasure. Spiritual pleasure or spiritual happiness, you can practice it in your own. There are no set frames for it. Okay? But in material pleasure, there are standards. There are frames that when we come to this world, the world has made frames. Okay? The world says to you, only inside this frame that you can be happy. Once you're only inside this frame, you can be happy. And out of it, no, you can't be happy. Okay. So what we are doing is, we are spending our whole life trying to fit into this frame. But the society is unfair. Every single day, they make this frame smaller and smaller and smaller, that none of us fit into that frame. Okay? So that we need to understand where, up to what level that I should be materially satisfied, successful. So that you have more time to balance the other part. Understand? For that you need to decide it. It's up to you. But there is not a single person who have fitted inside that frame, understand? So that you know your limit. Then you know your limit so that you're in balance with it. Okay? What do you think? Can money buy you happiness? I say can. How? Money can buy you pleasure, but also it can buy you happiness. You see this homeless person, you go buy something, and you give it to that person. What gives you? It gives you happiness. You know? Money can buy you happiness when you give, when you become generous. Understand that. What's the purpose of life? Life has no purpose. Life itself is a set of choices that we made in between the birth and the death. We keep doing certain things with our choices. Okay? Life has the B. Life is all about the B and D. In the middle it's C. Birth, death, and choices that you make. Okay? So understand, it's up to us to give a purpose to this life. Give a meaning to this life. Okay? You all have a responsibility to this world. Okay. You all perform a role in this world. Not only one, but also many. Okay. Once you go home, you're maybe a mother or a father, husband or a wife, you play that role. When you work, you don't play that role, you play the person who is working role. But to be the best in each and every role, and to do it completely, being honest. Okay? And also, when you come home, when you go to your room and sit down, now you have another role to focus on you and be a spiritual practitioner so that you do that role also. Okay? So you keep making choices. We keep making choices. So today you're here because of a choice that you make. Okay? So understand this. Life itself doesn't have a meaning. It's like a blank canvas. We are all painters, we paint. Depends on whether that feedback or the comment is a real one or a false one. Okay? People will accuse you. People will criticize you. First you think, well, do I have that mistake? Okay? I teach this to kids. I say that if you step on poo, okay, let's say you're walking on the road and you smell poo, okay, what is the first thing that you should do? To check whether you have stepped on poo. If you have, you don't walk around that I step on poo, I step on poo. You don't shout. You just silently go and wash it. No? If not, if you haven't stepped on poo, just mind your own business and you walk on the road, no? One thing, the first thing that you have to do, if you got something negative, a comment or criticism, first you check whether I do that mistake, whether I have that problem with me or not. If you have, be humble and accept it, especially say thank you for showing the mistake and correct it. Be happy that there are people to point out your mistakes. Sometimes you don't. I say it for children. Be happy that your parents point out. You grow up and see that none of the people around you say that when you are doing something wrong, that it is wrong. Do the society say? No. So understand, if you have a mistake, if you have done a mistake, be humble and accept that we do mistakes. Okay? Accept that we are not that smart. You know? Technology is artificial intelligence. We are naturally stupid. You know? So that's why we do wrong things. We make bad choices. That's the human nature. But one thing that we have to do is to accept that we do it, we have done it, and correct it. Only if you accept that you can correct the mistake. Okay? How to clear up misunderstandings in relationship. The golden quality of every kind of relationship. Anything, okay? Not only the wife and husband, but also with your boss and the other people around you. Communication. Communication with patience. Not to prove yourself, but to clarify yourself. Understand? Communication. See, what's the first thing that we lose when we have troubles with relationships? What's the first thing that we lose? You don't talk. Do you? You don't talk. But that is the most important thing that you should do, but we don't do it. Talk, but with patience. Okay? So that you explain what your idea, and you are ready to listen to their idea as well. Okay? That's the most important thing to solve any problem. And I say, any problem in the family happens, solve it within one day. However, okay? Solve it within one day. Don't take it to the next day. If you can do it, much better. What's the difference between what the Buddha taught about difference between ego and confidence? Ego, you compare yourself with others. And when you see the people when the people are lower than your level, then you be happy, you be confident. That's ego. You come with comparing. But with confidence, you be happy with your own abilities and your own talents, maybe your own practices. Okay, that's confidence. But in that way also you understand that this confidence should not be misunderstood. He doesn't misunderstand the ego with the confidence, so that he doesn't compare with the envy. How to reduce the mobile usage? Take a button phone. Buy a button phone. At least spend the morning time without the mobile. Okay? As soon as you wake up, what do you take to your hand? Mobile. No? Before you sleep, keep the mobile phone in the other room, so that you don't take it. Then someone can say, I need to put my alarm to it. Buy an alarm clock. We keep making excuses for that, no? Good question. How to forget past mistakes and move forwards? You have regrets. When you have regrets, the things that you have done in the past, stupid things that we have done, no? You and I. But no, I have done a lot of things like that in my life. So memorable. Okay. See, have you ever tried to forget a past memory? Huh? Try to forget it. What happens? It keeps remembering. Forgetting. Letting go of past mistakes is like healing a wound. Okay? When you have done it, when the wound happens, it is painful for some time. It takes time to heal. Okay? When you apply proper medicine, if you don't touch it, it will heal. Okay? Sometimes we enjoy touching the wound, isn't it? Removing the scab. How many of you have removed the scab of the wound and enjoy? There's blood. Very good, nice. You do it, no? Still, I think even we are adults, we do it. I don't know, I do it sometimes. If you stop touching the wound, it will heal if you apply proper medication. But still, even after healing, there is a scar. I have a lot of scars in my hand, my legs, in childhood memories. Back then it was painful. But now, it's a beautiful childhood memory. Okay? So you have to take time, let it heal, let it fade away, and make that memory less painful. And after some time, that memory will be just a beautiful incident that happened in your life, that you learned a lot of lessons. Okay? You learn a lot of lessons. So don't try to forget, okay? You will end up in somewhere in a hospital. If someone you care and love has betrayed your trust, how do you handle it? Trusting other people is your duty. You can't work with people without this trust, can you? No, it's a big suffering. Trusting other people is your duty. Breaking the trust is not under your control. Okay? It's not under your control. Someday they will break your trust. Then what you have to do? Learn from it. Okay? Learn from it. And don't hate them and don't name them and see them as a totally bad person, totally a wrong person. They have made a mistake. Okay? They have made a mistake, but don't fall. Please don't fall into the same trap again. Okay? You can forgive, but don't fall into the same trap. Okay? I feel that I am failed in my life. How do I tackle this? You have time. Still you have time. Okay? Still you have time to do that. Give it a shot. To do something. Okay? The more you label yourself as failed, the more you will be. The day that you accept that you failed, okay, but I have time to do something, can do it. That's why they say, if you have a problem in your life, can you do something about it? If yes, why worry? Because you can do something about it, no? If there's a problem in your life, if you can't do something about it, if it is not under your control, then also why worry? Because you can't do anything about it. Okay? So understand, still you have time. As long as you live, you have time to change yourself. There came 88-year-old gentleman to my monastery. And he said, I'm late. I can't do anything now. Okay? He's meditating now there. Pretty good at meditation. He once a week or twice a week he comes and he meditates a lot. Sometimes he meditates more than me. Still you have time. Why do people can't accept the truth? Because they are afraid. We are afraid. Even the truths in life, we are not ready to accept. But once you accept only, you don't suffer. You will not suffer. Okay. Okay, now good question. What if you broke a precept? If you break a precept? 5 precepts you observed. What if you break one? First, again I would say, this is not a rule. Precepts are not rules. Okay? No one is going to punish you. Buddha is not coming to punish you. And monks are not going to punish you. This is a discipline. I will tell you what monks do when their precepts are broken. Okay? When a precept, we have 227 precepts as monks, and if one precept is broken, and if we know it, we go to another monk, our spiritual companions, and we sit down and we say that, I have done this mistake. Okay? This precept was broken. So from now onwards, I strive for the discipline again. Okay. So you confess, you say it to your spiritual companions, and the other party will always say that, okay, now you have been forgiven. Okay, so that you make up your mind to be disciplined again. We'll keep, precepts can broken, but we keep practicing it. And one day you will be perfect at it. Until then, mistakes can happen. And you have to recorrect it until you get the practice. What does it mean by sexual misconduct in 5 precepts? I have never understood this. Now this is something that many of the time has not been talked. So I will explain it to you. Sexual misconduct means there are sexual standards for the sexuality in this world. Okay? So, in explanations of the Buddha says, if a married person, okay, sees another person and for the sexuality, now that's sexual misconduct because it breaks the trust of the person. Now this can be complicated with communities, okay? But understand the Buddha talked about this in a society where such an environment was prevailed. Okay? So the main thing in this sexual misconduct precept is to have the trust between the partners, between the people, as a married person, to have the trust, fullest trust between them, and to create less drama and problems within them. Okay? So that you stay away from all these problems. Okay? It's not a rule, again I would say, it's a discipline. So that you practice it to create the trust between them and understanding. Since the Buddha attained nirvana, should we also work towards to attain it? If it is a yes, then how to deal with the material world while working on it? So for lay people, so the Buddha offered the path to maintain the material success and also to practice the spiritual practice. Now the Buddha says this, that if one does it, there will be a lot of challenges to it. Okay? It will be a lot of challenges. There will be a lot of challenges when you are in a lay life and practice and we strive towards the nirvana. But it is possible. So the Buddha gave a simile for the lay person as a peacock. Lay person is like a peacock. Why? A peacock has a huge tail, huge feather, bunch of feathers. When it gets wet, so much heavier. Okay? So he moves slowly. Okay? Same like that, laymen, layperson, laywomen, laymen, they have a lot of responsibility, a lot of works to do, a lot of things to do. So the practice can be challenging, difficult. But the Buddha didn't say that it is impossible. Okay? It is possible. So that one thing that you can do is, you can practice it. Okay? If you are not practicing it in lay life, it is very challenging also to practice in the monk's life. Okay? Monk's life has made to dedicate the time and energy and mind to this spiritual practice totally. Okay? Even in the monk's life also, it is very challenging to balance it. Okay? So understand that in every kind of life, whether be it a monk's life, be it in the normal life, it's going to be challenging, difficult. But one thing that we should do is we keep practicing it. Okay? If we are on the right path, don't worry about how slow or how fast you are moving, because you are in the right path. Okay? If you are in the wrong path, no matter how fast we go, we will never get to the destination. Okay? So it's not about the speed, it's about the direction that we follow. Okay? Each and every step that you take is a practice. It's a little improvement that you do. So that is why I said to you before, slow down, take time, be patient with yourself to practice the Buddha's teachings. Don't set yourself to high expectations so that you fall down. Okay? So I wish you all, may all of you be able to realize the 4 great noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. So now I have 5 announcements to make. First of all, after this Dhamma session, you will be handed a leaflet. In that leaflet, you can be informed with all the Dhamma sessions and programs that is done by the Mahamevnava monasteries all around Australia, from Mount Evelyn, Melbourne West, and Naravaran, and with all the monasteries. So feel free to take this leaflet and be informed. Okay. Now let's share all the merits that we collected. So this is one part of Buddhist practice, to be grateful for the people who helped to bring this Dhamma sermon and make this Dhamma sermon and make this program a success. So we are going to be grateful for them, and we are going to share all the merits with them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. First of all, let's share all the merits with all the deities who protect the Gautam Buddha's dispensation. May all the deities rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy. May they live long. May they protect all the devotees who joined the Dhamma session today. May all the deities rejoice in this merit, and may they be able to realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And let's share the merits with our great Kalyana Mitra, Pinwat Loku Swamin Wahanse, and with monks and the nuns of Mahamevnava monasteries. May Mahasangha rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy. May they live long. May they live a happy life. And may they be able to realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu. And also let's share the merits with especially with Pinwat Bodhidhamma Swamin Wahanse, and with all the monks who are residing in Mahamevnava monasteries in Australia. May all the monks and may all Mahasangha rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, and may they be able to realize four noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also let's share the merits with all the devotees who are sponsored to this Dhamma sermon today, especially with Pinot Ruan Upasaka and Nirmala Upasika, who spend the whole charges to this Dhamma session, and also with Pinot Kumarasari Upasaka, Pinot Shanika Upasika, Pinot Chintaka Upasaka, Pumal Upasaka, who gave the air tickets to the monks to visit here. And also let's share the merits with Rashan Upasaka, Nisha Upasika, who sponsored to the digital screens. And also let's share the merits with all the devotees who contributed for the stage expenses and contributed with the help of flower arrangements and hall arrangements. And also let's share the merits with Mahesh Upasaka for providing the refreshments. And then let's share the merits with all the Upasthayaka committees of Mount Evelyn Monastery, Jetavana Monastery, Melbourne West Monastery. And also let's share all the merits with all the devotees who came together to help and to make this program a success. May all these devotees rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, may they live long, may they live a happy life, and may they realize four noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And finally, may all of you devotees rejoice in this merit by the power of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and by the great blessings of our great Kalyanamita, and by the power of all the merits that we collected. May all of you be well and happy, may all of you live long, may all of you live a happy life, may all of your good hopes become true, and may all of you be able to realize four noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say with me. Kaina vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam khama me bhante bhuri panya tathagata. Kaina vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam khama me dhamma sanditthika akalika. Kaina vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam khama me sangha supatipanna anuttara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, I'm blessing you now. Abhivadana silissa nichang vada pachayino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukham balam ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate samijjatu. Supadveva, supadveva. Sadhu, sadhu, anumodami. Sadhu, anumodite. Kamami, kamitabham. Supatveva, supatveva, supatveva. I have another announcement. I will make it in Sinhala. So please listen. අනුරාධපුර ගල්නෑව ආනන්ද මහාසෑයේ ඉදිවන පුණ්‍යභූමියේ සංඝරත්නය උදෙසා ඉදිවන කොටි සෙනසුන් සංකීර්ණය සඳහා ඔබට දායක වෙන්න හැකියාව තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම ස්තවීර ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේලා සඳහා සියලු පහසුකම් සහිතව ඉදිවන කුටියක සම්පූර්ණ වියදම ලක්ෂ 20ක් කියලා සඳහන් කරලා තියෙනවා. අනුකුල් ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේලා සඳහා සියලුම පහසුකම් සහිතව ඉදිවෙන කුටියක සම්පූර්ණ වියදම ලක්ෂ 15ක් කියලා සඳහන් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ ඔබ කුටියක සම්පූර්ණ වියදම හෝ ඔබට හැකි අයුරින් කුටියක් සඳහා දායක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඉදිවන සම්පූර්ණ කුටි ගණන 50ක්. මේ සඳහා වැඩි විස්තර දැනගන්නට මහමෙවුනා වසපුව සමග සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. ඒ වගේම අභිනවයෙන් ඉදිවුරේ නරේවරන් ජේතවනාසපේ වාර්ෂික දායකත්වය ලබා ගැනීමටත් ඔබට අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒ විදිහටත් ඔබ පින් රැස් කරගන්න. හැම දිනාටම තෙරුවන් සරණයි. And you all have been, you'll be provided with refreshments at the door, so please feel free to take them as well and enjoy. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai. Just a final reminder, as our Venerable Thero mentioned, there will be refreshment outdoors. You can't unfortunately have the refreshments inside while you go out.
නිවන් පුරේ සිට ආයේ වතාවක් මහ කරුණානෙත් බැලුම් හෙලා බලනු මැනවි බුදු පියාණනි ගෞතම මුනිදුගේ සසුන දිහා අපි තවමත් මහ ආදරෙන් බලා සිටිනවා සම්බුදු පියාණනි බලා සිටිනවා සම්බුදු පියාණනි සම්බුදු පියාණනි
The great sage, the one who realized the truth of this world through his own wisdom, arose into this world as a result of a past accumulated of merit. Yet that peaceful, calm, and enlightening era of the Gautama Buddha's dispensation is slowly moving away from us and turning simply into a faint memory. But those who understand the value of that truth pass that message on out of compassion for this world. On August 14th, 1999, Mahamevnava Meditation Monastery, located at Pulgahavela in Sri Lanka, was endowed to this world as a direct result of a meritorious thought that arose in the mind of great Kalyanamitta, Most Venerable Kiribatkoda Jnanananda Thero. With over 50 monasteries here in Sri Lanka and overseas, the Mahamevnava Meditation Monastery is the residence for over 650 young monks and close to 100 Anagarika nuns who teach the true and sublime Dhamma in its purest form. Moreover, branches located in the US, Canada, Germany, Dubai, India, and Australia give a similar service to quench the thirst of Dhamma for the international community. Therefore, as a result of this service, thousands of disciples who seek true knowledge and liberation of the Gautama Buddha collect merit, develop virtue, concentration, and wisdom, while honoring and venerating the noble triple gem. Cooling the burning flames of desire, hatred, and delusion, Mahamevnava has become the noble friend. It is a shining beam of sun rays to children who are like flower buds blooming into this world. It has become a guiding path to youth exploring this world and a helping hand to the honored elders. Mahamevnava promotes societal, cultural, and self-development and passes on the peaceful message of the great sage, the Gautama Supreme Buddha. Australia is home to many Mahamevnava Buddhist monasteries located in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth. Those residing in Melbourne are especially fortunate with 3 Mahamevnava Buddhist monasteries. Mahamevnava Buddhist Monastery, 71 Monbulk Road, Mount Evelyn. Mahamevnava Buddhist Meditation Center, Melbourne West, 681 Sayers Road, Hoppers Crossing. And Mahamevnava Chetavanya Buddhist Meditation Center, 417 Belgrave Hallam Road, Narre North. The invaluable teachings of the Supreme Buddha are close within your reach. Take a hold of this golden opportunity to enrich your life and discover inner peace. May the noble triple gem bless you. Namo Buddhaya.